Hello, my gig workers. This is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom, gig girl. And here I am with another tale from like, ay, ay, ay. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had an Uber Eats that went to this vacant lot about 4 months ago, and it was like I drove all these miles. It was IHOP. There's only one on the Cape, so I went to IHOP. It was a steak with sauteed onions. It was weird from IHOP, right? And so I drove all this distance because sometimes I do things, on a whim, being a lark or on a lark, whatever they say, just to be busy and see the Cape. And traffic wasn't bad, so I went ahead and did it. Well, yesterday was also one of those days where I did an Instacart at a Stop and Shop that took me further and further out of my area, and so I ended up in if the Cape is like this, I live here, and it brought me here, and so I have to even get back to here to where I live. Anyway, it's one of those stories like. So I delivered that, and then came a price pickup, PPUP, if you go to Google it and get the app and all that kind of stuff. And I love price pickup. And so, point pickup, excuse me, point pickup. I'm channeling William Shatner here. And so it was $30. And I was like, well, I can do that. That's better than any Instacart order. And I'm not shopping for it, right? I'm just going to pick it up. And I needed to go to Shaw's for some things anyway. So I accepted the offer. Well, it turns out that, Waze, the app for GPS, said that I was 44 minutes away and 28 miles. And it's like, wow, geesh. So I said, I know how I can shorten that up. And so there's, it's not just one way to this town to get the order at Shaw's. So I'm driving it, and I get this phone call from Point Pickup, and they say, yeah, they want a person to get there sooner to get the order to the customer, and you're a little bit far out. And I said, I know, I figured that. Didn't hurt my feelings or anything. And I love Point Pickup. So it was like, okay. So I decided, well, I'll just go home. So I go home and I do my usual when I get home. I make more coffee. I usually switch laundry from the washing machine to the dryer. So I do a few things around the house waiting for, that plum perfect Instacart order. So they relisted the point pickup order for that one that they wouldn't let me do because that's too far away. And it's so funny because I did all those things in the house, and the order's still there, and the order's still there. And I said, well, what the heck? I'll take it. It would have been delivered by now, which, wasn't up to their time frame. So I took it. So I get to the Shaw's to pick it up. And there's a certain town on the Cape that I will not Instacart on. The people are mostly uber wealthy, and they are not generous, and they are very, very destructive to your ratings. They're just that sort of people that have never had a job like what we do for gig work, and so they don't understand the dynamics of it, nor the rating system that nobody could ever understand unless you're the recipient of it. Yes, me at my 4.87, which went down 9 points overnight for a missing item that wasn't missing. I mean, you can't make this up with Instacart, right? So I go and I pick up the order, and the guy who does the same thing that I do at a different Shaw's, he was worried because the order was kind of late as it was. And it's like, I know, but nobody was taking it. And now I know why, of course. So I drive the 30 minutes into this town that I swear I will never do another Instacart in. And it's like, oh God, now I've got to add point pickup to this. And the property is a new development, so it hasn't made the Waze GPS yet, and it hasn't made the Google Maps GPS yet. So it's a non-existing property. So it just when I get kind of where it might be, I don't know. It's a different street. and then it just goes to that town. It just goes blank. So I call Point Pickup and I say, I need your help. The street doesn't exist on Waze or Google Maps, so can you call them? They call them, they don't get an answer. I call them on the sheet, the instructions, the receipt, and it's one of those drop zones, like a bad cell zone, right? So it's like, okay, I'm not making contact with them. Point Pickup isn't making contact with them. So Point Pickup says, well, return the order and we pay you double. And it's like, well, okay, so it's another half hour back to that store. It's just that area of the Cape where if you accept that order in that town, you're going to drive a half hour because everybody has bicycles and carriages and it's a beautiful summer day and all the special entitled people are out and in my way. So anyway, I come back with the order of groceries and I bring it in and I tell the guy at the dugout, like what I work at a different store. And I said, went there, couldn't make contact, no, nothing on Google Maps, nothing on Waze. The phone call dropped. Point Pickup says return, and they call it a failed attempt. So that's what I did. So there, that's 3 hours I'll never get back. But it was interesting. It was the first time with Point Pickup that I didn't have like a smooth delivery. I love Point Pickup. It's da 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 da. You're paid, right? It's you're not shopping for somebody. You don't have to do the either no response or such a late response, and suddenly the no maintenance order because they're non-responsive turns into this high maintenance, what else is there? Well, right. So anyway, that was my day yesterday. It was 140 miles on my little Camry with no return whatsoever. So at least I had the mileage deduction going for me. So that was my tale of the day. And I don't know, I contacted Instacart care, support, whatever you want to call it, and asked them about that rating. How could it drop 9 points overnight? And, for a missing item that wasn't missing, it was fraudulent. But big deal to them. So it's like, whatever. It's just how it is. And so today I'm an in-store shopper. And yesterday it looked pretty slow when I went to the 3 stores that I went to, 2 Shaw's and 1 Stop and Shop. And the in-store shoppers were doing other things besides in-store shopping. And it was the same way with Instacart. The batch offerings were slim to none. And I don't think it's because of my rating because I still get good tip batches even with that rating. So I don't know. It's a cluster F. I don't know. But it's gig work and it's Cape Cod. And here we go. It's September. So here comes the new season with more COVID scares. So maybe we'll go back to having, a nice abundance of trips that we can make. And with the roads clearer, maybe I can go back to Uber Eats and DoorDash as well. So, and come on, Corner Shop. It's so funny because Boston's up here on the map and the Cape is down here. And they're expanding like each week into a new cluster of towns leading towards the Cape. So I look forward to Instacart getting a little run for their money because they deserve it, right? Yeah. Thanks, Fiji, for nothing. Nobody's surprised, I guess. So anyway, have a great gig day. Be productive, make lots of money. I hope you have nice, smooth trips and nobody's frustrating you like what can happen in a gig world. And, we're able to keep doing what we do. Unfortunately, or fortunately, we love what we do. We just, all the surrounding things that can get in and mess it up were there yesterday. When I woke up this morning, the temperature said 66.6, and I said, yeah, day late. So anyway, this has been Sarah, Gig Girl, Pearls of Wisdom. I will see you here the next time, talking gig world. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.